What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. So we all know there is a ton of rumors about the idea of Paul George joining the Philadelphia 76ers, or that's their number one priority this offseason, of course, alongside re-signing Maxey. What would the Clippers do if Paul George did leave them for the 76ers? Well, today that's the video scenario I wanted to do. We're going to be doing a Paul George leaves the Clippers rebuild today. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you are new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. Currently on the road to 50,000 subs, so go ahead, make sure you hit that sub button. Other than that, let's talk about it, because we've already kind of painted out the scenario here. So you're in free agency, of course, if you're the Clippers. You're trying to get Paul George and James Harden back, I imagine, but the 76ers just offer more money than you're willing to offer. That's been kind of the reporting as of late. And he goes to the 76ers. He signs with Philadelphia, forms a big three in Philly with Maxey and Joel Embiid. And now, you know, obviously how the 76ers felt the rest of the roster is up to them. But we get to focus on the Clippers side of things. We just lost Paul George. What would you do in that scenario if for the Los Angeles Clippers? Well, you still have Kawhi Leonard under contract, and if you traded him now, I think he'd be at his lowest value just based off him being injured. I'm sure you could get some stuff still, but I think I would wait it out potentially. You know, obviously there's always the risk of him getting injured again, but you obviously reset James Harden, so you're kind of in this weird scenario, but you're also opening up the new arena. So yeah, it would definitely be doomsday if you're the Clippers and you lost Paul George to Philadelphia. That would really suck for them. So basically all we can really do at this point is just basically kind of do what we can. There's not much else you can do if you're the Clippers. So you already re-signed Harden, you still have Kawhi, so you're probably still going to try to contend or compete or whatever, but it's probably not going to be good enough. We do have a good guard rotation, which is nice, but we do need to upgrade or, you know, obviously address this front court. So I actually don't know if we're over the second apron, especially after we lost Paul George. We might be under it now, I'm not sure. So yeah, we are definitely more than under it. So we do have the ability to sign an MLE and all that, so that's good. So let's go see what we got. So although 2K is not giving us that option, so we have Mason Plumlee as our best backup center option, which is not ideal, as we all know. Eric Gordon, Cameron Payne, so yeah, it's not looking good here. So I know Plumlee's probably going to regress like crazy. We might have to just go to the last day of free agency and get guys then. So Hartenstein, yeah, so the most we can offer apparently is $5 million. So we're probably going to get Brandon Boston back as well. Plumlee, I wouldn't mind as my backup five, but as we know, he's going to regress, so that is kind of why I'm not interested in him so much. But I could also see a world where DeMar DeRozan signs really cheap. Ooh, he actually has interest. I could see a world where DeRozan signs with the Clippers, but he obviously isn't going to do that in 2K. That just isn't a thing anymore. It used to be way back in the day. But Derrick Jones Jr. wouldn't be a bad addition. He might be interested. So we got to get a backup center more than anything, though, I feel like. Oh, actually, we need a starting power forward, low key. We need a starting power forward more than anything. What am I talking about? All right, so let's go see if there's a power forward we could convince to sign for $5 million. That would make sense. Dario Saric, Haywood Highsmith, Najee Marshall. Maybe we just have to start Kawhi at the power forward like he was. Maybe that's just what we have to do, and that's what we're forced to do. Is Royce O'Neal still out here potentially? That could be an interesting guy to start. And then backup centers once again. So I think we might have to just sign a minimum 5-man for this year, which is probably what we'll do. So who does that end up being is the question. Can I get Luke Cornett on a minimum? Maybe he would sign a minimum. So we're going to go Luke Cornett potentially for our minimum salary. And then again for the power forward spot, Royce O'Neal is here, which is nice. So we could go get him, who I think could actually make a lot of sense on the Clippers. So I think we might sign Royce O'Neal. He might regress, which kind of sucks, but he'd be the kind of guy I could see the Clippers being interested in. That's probably the free agency we got. And then Brandon Boston will be back on his qualifying offer. So Luke Cornett and Royce O'Neal. Is it great? Obviously not. But that's kind of where you'd be if you're the Clippers. Honestly, I think if Paul George leaves, it's probably inevitable at that point where Kawhi and James Harden are moved eventually. And that's probably something we'll look into at the trade deadline or next offseason. So that's kind of what we'll do. Based off what the record, based off the record 2K gives us, that's where we'll build this team off of. Just what happens. Like, is this team going to be good next year still? Is it going to be bad? We'll see. We'll find out. But let's take a look at this rotation altogether, and we can get that figured out from here. So, we do have a sweet 2025 draft class next year. Of course, that does not matter for us because we do not have a draft pick unless we fix that at the deadline. So, we are going to be 3.5 at balance, so we'll go ahead and move it there. So, let's go to a balance system. So, Kawhi and James Harden are the two guys we're dependent on here. which if you're the Clippers, I don't think would feel that great. So James Harden, Powell, Kawhi, Kobe Brown, sorry, Zubac, Bones Highland, Luke Cornett, Terrence Mann, and then Rossignol and Amir Coffey. So I think I'm going to move Rossignol to the power forward, I guess. He might go down. He does go down 1, but we're going to move him there anyway because Kobe Brown apparently is a starter right now. So Rossignol started the 4, and then we could send, like, you know, obviously Brandon Boston, Kobe Brown, Primo, or whatever. So send some guys to the G League. So let's do that. So let's send Brandon Boston to the G League, and let's send Kobe Brown to the G League. All right. I'll see you guys at the end of the season or at the deadline. Not really expecting too much here, but let's see what kind of simulation 2K gives us. I'm also just going to run a 9-man rotation as well, so let's just do that. It's 9-man rotation. That way we have our best 9 players playing. Leaves Primo the rotation, which I'm totally fine with. All right. Let's see how this goes. I'm not sure what to expect. Probably going to be bad, I imagine. Today's video is brought to you by DGS Optimizer. If you play on apps such as PrizePicks, Underdog, or any other DFS app, having a tool like this is so clutch to finding good plays right in front of you without having to do any research whatsoever. I know basketball is over, but there's still a lot of value on this board. As you can see, we just loaded up. You got a couple or a few options here. So we got a no-run first inning in the White Sox Houston Astros game. Every single book is favoring that to be a no-run first inning. You also have Kevin Gausman under 6.5 strikeouts. And then you got Tariq Skubal over 6.5 strikeouts. And then Ronaldo Lopez over 5.5 strikeouts. And I've actually went ahead and played that already. So I'm feeling pretty good. He actually was brutal, man, by the way. It was so brutal, bro. Let me just show you something. So this one right here, man, really unfortunate. Just an absolute terrible hook. It happens sometimes. But yeah, that really sucks. He needed one more goalie save. And yeah, that would have been nice. But whatever. If you want to sign for DGS Optimizer, like I said, I actually went ahead and played that based off the optimizer here. So we'll see if that ends up working out for me. If you want to check out the optimizer, link is down in the description below. Use code Crushables, 25% off your first month. And of course, make sure to use PrizePicks as well. They match first deposit dollar for dollar up to $100 when you use code Crushables. And there's all kinds of options to choose from other than baseball. They have WNBA on here. They also have a bunch of American flags behind the NBA players. I'm not sure what that's all about, but maybe it's going to be something important to be announced for them. NHL extends to another game as well. And then you got esports, all kinds of options to choose from. So make sure to check out PrizePicks and DGF. All links are down in the description below. Other than that, let's get back to the video. So this season doesn't go that great. Jokic is your MVP. Rookie of the Year goes to Stephon Castle. And here are your rest of the awards. But yeah, that was kind of be expected. Kind of figured this wouldn't be a very good team after Paul George just left us. We might have been bad with Paul George, but Kawhi made an all-offensive second team, so that's good. So looks like he had a healthy season. Of course, the injuries are off in 2K, but 25 points per game. So his trade value should be pretty good this offseason. We are in the plan facing the Rockets in round 1 of the plan, and we do lose the first one. So now I got to go to the second one to play the Spurs, who have, of course, Victor Wembanyama. But let's take a look at the full player stats before we go into that. So you had 25 from Kawhi. You had 18 from Bones Highland. So Bones Highland really stepped up. 17 from Harden. 17 and 13 from Zubac. 12 from Powell. And then 9 from Royce O'Neal. So let's go ahead and simcast this one against the San Antonio Spurs. So it looks like they might want to start Terrence Mann and put Norman Powell on the bench, which is fine by me. So let's go ahead and see if we can win this one to get into the playoffs and give ourselves a chance here. And it's looking all right, but it is a back and forth game. Very close one down the stretch, and it looks like we are going home. So the Spurs best us, and if you're the Clippers and you find yourselves in this scenario, I think it's time. I think it's time to just blow this bad boy up. So kind of have an idea of where I want to go with this. So it looks like I want to see what the 76ers did around their roster of Paul George, Maxey, and so they got McLaughlin. They brought Tobias Harris back. They have Paul Reed still, Hernan Gomez, Gary Harris, Gordon Hayward, and Robert Covington. So not too shabby, but let's go ahead and see if they can get it done. And they do win a championship. So getting Paul George helped them win it all. Nice. All right. Let's get into the lottery. Not that it really matters for us, but I'm going to be really paying attention to who gets a lottery pick here, because I'm going to try to trade into this draft if I can. So let's see what happens in these lottery results. So Boston, as we know, if you guys saw yesterday's video, it's not too surprising to see them at number 1 overall. It doesn't make any sense, but it's not surprising. The Grizzlies are there too. The Wizards, Bulls, Kings, Blazers, Jazz, Raptors, Warriors, Pacers, Pelicans, Thunder, and then Knicks, and then Heat. Okay. Not really sure any of those teams really pop out to me. Maybe there's a few. Maybe we could do something. So I think what I'm going to try to do, I don't know how much trade value James Harden would have, which is why I only gave him a 2-year deal. I know you guys didn't see that part, but we have the 27th pick in this draft, which is nice. But I want to try to trade in the lottery using Kawhi. I don't know if it's going to be possible, But I'm going to try. Maybe the Pacers wouldn't mind having him, pairing him with, you know, they once upon a time were supposed to have him on draft night and they traded him on draft night. So maybe they could do that wrong, I guess. So I'm going to try to trade Kawhi though, as if you couldn't tell. I'm going to trade him and try to get a lottery pick out of him. So we'll see if we can end up accomplishing that. Not sure we'll be able to, but we're going to give it the old college try. So as I kind of mentioned, I wanted to try to make this trade with the Clippers. I don't know, or not with the Clippers, with the Pacers. I don't know if I'll be able to do this, but this would be a home run in my scenario. We get Jarace Walker, the 10th overall pick, and Andrew Nembhard to start this rebuild for the Clippers. I'm absolutely interested in this. I don't know if the Pacers will be, but we're going to try to see what they say. They say no, which sucks. I would have loved to have done this trade. I don't really have anything else to throw them. Obviously, I have like Norman Powell salary. Maybe I'll give them 27th overall. Not that that's going to change anything, I imagine. Okay, so they won't do that. So we can't get Andrew Nembhard and Jarace Walker, but can we get Jarace Walker at least? So it looks like we need a little bit more money in this trade. Maybe we take back Alec Burks' salary, or yeah, Andrew Nembhard would have been home run. So I guess we could do maybe Nesmith. So what if it's Kawhi for 10, Walker, Nesmith? They disagree to that. I'll give you 27. Like I said, they say no. So a Kawhi Leonard trade might be harder than I even initially anticipated, which kind of sucks because I wanted to do this with the Pacers. I thought it could be interesting. So what if it's McConnell? That is not going to change anything either. So maybe trading Kawhi before draft night is not going to happen. And if I throw him in the trade finder, it doesn't really pop up anything either. So you know what? I think we're going to have to wait till after draft night, unfortunately. Thought I'd be able to get something done, but we can't. So we could have tried another team, of course, but I'm fine with just, you know, whatever, taking the L. So Richardson, you have Fall, you have Booker, you have Caldwell. I'm going to take Mr. Young Bay Fall. I think it's how you say it. Bo Fall is probably how you say it. So out of Arkansas. So welcome to the Clippers. He ends up being the 74 overall, which is nice. Player options, Kobe Brown, TJ Bamba will accept. And then qualifying offers, Bones Highland, Primo, Brandon Boston, all free agents. Some guys that I might be interested in bringing back. All right, so Tatum's a free agent. Zubac is a free agent. Terrence Mann's a free agent. So a lot of important free agents here. But now let's go back to a Kawhi Leonard trade. So what can we get for him? So the Bulls are offering me Zach LaVine and Cody Williams. So we get Cody Williams, which wouldn't be a bad prospect to get back in return. I don't really want Zach LaVine, obviously, but getting Cody Williams would be great. Trae Young in a first. Don't really want Trae Young. Bam Adebayo and Tyler Hero. Markkanen and Sexton. Sabonis, Julius Randle Robinson, Ingram, CJ, Ayton, and then Ace Bailey and Kyle Filipowski. Obviously, this is the kind of trade I would love to do, but should the Wizards really be trading for Kawhi Leonard is the question. Ace Bailey would be amazing to start this rebuild, but I don't think the Wizards make a ton of sense. The Bulls, on the other hand, do make somewhat sense because obviously they're trying to rebuild, but I'm not in love with any of these trades, so I might try to build my own once again. I don't know if I'll have success, but maybe we can go back to the Pacers, see if they change their mind. And then we got to figure out James Harden retired. Wow, I did not actually see that coming. I didn't even notice that. Or is he? Wait, what happened to him? I'm sure he retired, right? He surely did. Did I just miss his name? Where is he? Or am I tripping? Is he right here still? I don't see James Harden. Where is James Harden? He must have retired. He had to have retired. Let's see. Harden. Where are you? Oh, there he is. See, he did retire. I guess that makes that easier, which kind of sucks. I lost him for nothing. But I don't know. I can see Harden being that kind of guy that just retires for no reason. So, you know what? I'm cool with that because trading him would have been hard. So that's fine. So we're going to go ahead and just purely focus on the Kawhi Leonard trade, and then Powell could be traded as well. So let's do this. This one should probably be easier to accomplish. So let's see. So do we get a first? So yeah, the next one offered me Kobe Johnson a first, lottery protected. That's fine with me. So we take that, tear that, and now we could try to trade Kawhi. We'll see if we have success this time. So I'm going to try sending Kawhi Leonard to the Los Angeles Lakers. LeBron James just retired. Anthony Davis needs a co-star. So I think this could make a ton of sense. Obviously, it would suck to send him to the other LA team, but the Lakers are one of the teams that still value him like crazy. He's got a 5-star trade value to them, which is why I'm interested in doing this with them. So Drew gave Vincent 2 first-round picks for Kawhi, and maybe we could squeeze a player out of them like Jonas Shafino potentially, or Colin Murray or whatever. So let's see if we can get Colin Murray as well. And they say they're not interested in this trade. If I throw a second, what about Royce O'Neal in this trade as well? They still don't agree. Damn. And then TJ Bamba, too much money for them. And another second. What do you say? They disagree. Okay. Let's see. Remove all this. We remove Colin Murray. So all of this for Kawhi. They agree. Okay. Would have been nice to get Colin Murray, but Kawhi Leonard is now headed to the Clippers. And now we have a little bit of a reset here in LA. So that is basically how it is done, ladies and gentlemen. So full reset on the Clippers now. This team is obviously has no star, no guy we're building around at the moment. That's just kind of where we're at as a roster. So now it's time to address free agency. So let's see what that's looking like. So of course, our own free agents are Zubac and also Bones Hyland, and then like Terrence Mann. So I do believe I'm going to resign Zubac because I think losing him for nothing would suck. So I'm going to try to give him like 22 a year, see if he accepts that. So it looks like he'll accept that. Bones Hyland, I'll give him 12. I think, him on making 12 a year would be nice as a 6-man eventually. So we'll do that. And then that might be the two guys we prioritize the most. So let's go Zubac and Bones Hyland, get them back, which is great. And now we have the money, I imagine, to sign another good player here if we wanted to. But do we have our pick next year? That's the biggest question to ask ourselves. We may not. We do not have our first round pick next year. So there's no incentive for us to suck. So maybe it is, and this team isn't going to necessarily suck because we do have some good players, don't get me wrong. So like Bones Hyland, Gabe Vincent, Rui Hachimura, Jared Vanderbilt, Russ O'Neal, and then Zubac and Fall, who we just drafted. So I guess it's that shooting guard spot that we would really need something. We could go off and sign Donovan Mitchell, but not really kind of what I'm looking to do. Jalen Suggs, Cam Thomas, Fred VanVleet, Brogdon, Trey Murphy, Patrick Williams. I'm not sure I love any of these options. Mitchell, of course, would be crazy if we just went out and got him to start this. Cade is unrestricted now, which is just so dumb. It makes no sense. But he's here and no one's offering him any money. I mean, if you're the Clippers and for whatever reason, Cade Cunningham, which again would never happen. If Cade Cunningham became an unrestricted free agent, Suggs is also unrestricted, by the way. But we do need a player to build around for the future. And 2K is giving us this option, and no one's offering Cade Cunningham any type of money. He's going to go somewhere if it's not me, because he's not going back to Detroit, as you can see. So you know what? Give me Cade Cunningham. That's perfect. Exactly what we kind of need right now. So I'm going to go get Cade Cunningham. We needed a kind of player like that anyway. So Cade Cunningham comes to the Clippers, which is nice. We'll have to figure out the shooting guard spot, but we'll get that figured out. So Bones Hyland will be the 6-man. Gabe Vincent probably won't play much. So we just need to start a shooting guard now, which I saw like Gary Trent Jr. or Quentin Grimes or something like that. So give me Quentin Grimes as a starting 2-guard going forward, and I am totally cool with that. So that will be our offseason. That actually went better than I could even imagined. And then we can get like Isaiah Joe as another backup too. We'll sign that. And this kind of fits the mold of how the Clippers shouldn't tank to be bad because of their draft pick. So we grab Cade Cunningham, which helps out a ton. We do have the ability to sign another forward, which I think we might do. So we have Derek Jones, Alex Caruso, David Roddy, and then you have like Aldama, Isaac, who could be good defensively. So give me Jonathan Isaac. So we'll sign Jonathan Isaac, and now we're looking towards competing again. So we don't go out and tank next season because there's no point of that. So Cade is up, Bones Hyland's up, Quentin Grimes is up, and Russ O'Neal is up. So this is a new direction for this Clipper squad, and I can't wait to see what happens with it. So not saying everybody on this roster is completely staying because I'm not really sure what to expect. I believe Cade is going to lead us to the playoffs, though. It's just kind of the player he is in the 2K sim. But that's good to have because we needed that really badly because this team had no direction until Cade Cunningham just showed up as an unrestricted free agent in free agency. And what's a man to do? We got to sign him. So let's go take a look at the rotation altogether. The Pirates going Atlanta's 25th overall. So maybe this team isn't going to be very good this year, but at least we're off to the right direction, in my opinion. So Cade, Quentin Grimes, Rui, Jonathan Isaac, Zubac, Bones Hyland, Vanderbilt, Isaiah Joe, Gabe Vincent, and then Russ O'Neal. So that's a really good rotation. I'm going to send Mr. Fall to the G League. We'll simulate this season, and we'll see how it goes. Obviously, not expecting to make the playoffs, but if we do, that'd be awesome. At the end of this season, Luka Doncic wins the MVP. Noah Yakov is your Rookie of the Year. Bones Hyland, 6-man, averaging 20 off the bench. Not too surprised to see that. Awesome to see as well, of course. But here's your NBA first team. Do we get a Cade Cunningham appearance here? We do not. No Cade Cunningham appearance. How good were the Lakers? Because we just got their draft pick, and they ended up being they're not a playoff team, guys. They are not a playoff team. So we just locked ourselves into a lottery pick for Kawhi Leonard. And they were the worst team in the league. One of the worst teams. Okay. We are up right now, ladies and gentlemen. We ended up making the playoffs as well. This rebuild could not have gone any better so far. So 28 from Cade, 20 from Bones Hyland, 15 from Zubac, 14 from Rui, 12 from Isaac, and 11 from Isaiah Joe. Do we beat the Kings in round one? Obviously, I could see us doing so. We are running a 9-man rotation still, correct? Yes, we are. Okay, let's go to a 50 bench utilization, and let's see how this goes. So somebody come around against the Kings, and we are going to beat them in 5. So not only did we just win a playoff series, we won it convincingly. But now we get the Timberwolves to have Anthony Edwards, a 99 Anthony Edwards, that is. So we got our work cut out for us here. And we are going to sweep them. Holy moly. Okay. We're in the conference finals, ladies and gentlemen. No way. I did not expect this team to make the conference finals. But Cade Cunningham, like I said, man, he has that kind of power. I'm not too surprised. But we do run into Luka, who also has crazy superpowers in 2K. And we are going to get bounced in the conference finals. But the fact that we made it here, we're about to have a lottery pick this offseason. Mavericks go on to win it all, by the way. I think next year we could win a championship. If we play our cards right this offseason, next year we could be a championship team, which is kind of crazy to think about. But let's see where this Lakers pick ends up that we ended up getting. So it is second overall, or projected to be our second best odds. Although, obviously, top 3 is tied odds. So let's see if we get lucky here. Stay in the top 3, get first, or whatever. So we are going to drop to 5, which sucks. So we dropped to 5 in this draft class. And as much as I think it could make some sense to draft here, depending on who we could get, maybe we do just draft. But I'm going to bring back Tyronn Lue to this Clippers team. I want him to keep coaching. So we'll bring Tyronn Lue back. We'll grab a post-D coach. I'm interested in potentially trading this pick and grabbing a co-star for Cade. We just made it to the conference finals. We're already about to be back up again. So it has to be the perfect guy, of course, because it is a lottery pick we're trading away. But there's got to be somebody out there that can make some sense. So let's go make sure we get those guys. So that is completely filled out now. So let's go to draft night. So on draft night, what do mock drafts have us getting? So mock drafts, this is a pretty good draft class, don't get me wrong. So we can get like AJ if he fell to us, Bryson this year, Koa. So there are some good players here. So if we're going to make this trade, it's got to make some sense. So I'm going to take a look at the trade market for pick 5. We also have the 19th pick in the second round. We got some contracts still. We're going to look at all the options here, and we'll see if trading 5 makes any sense for us. So looking at all the options here, there's only one player here that would make sense, in my opinion, to trade for that is available and would fit next to Cade Cunningham, as far as this timeline is concerned. And that is Zion Williamson on the Pelicans. So I'll try that. If we can't get him, I'm drafting. So 2 more years left of his contract, 23 points per game. We know what kind of player Zion can be. If we form Cade and Zion together, things could be very up here in LA. So we're going to offer that Lakers pick. We do have to offer some salaries here, of course. So who are we offering is the question. So I guess we'd offer Zubac in this scenario, because I feel like if we get Zion Williamson, we're going to have bait. Well, do we offer Zubac? Maybe we don't offer Zubac. Let's say we offer Vanderbilt. So it looks like it only has to be Vanderbilt salary, which is nice. We offer, what else can we offer? We have Kobe Brown salary, who's expiring. Quentin Grimes, Isaac. I guess we could offer Isaiah Joe as well. And then let's say it's this slot protected next pick. And we can offer this other Lakers pick or something for Zion. So I would do it for this. If they say no, I'm moving on and drafting. And they say no. Do I want to throw another player in here, or do I want to just stick with my guns and draft? Let's just draft, man. Let's just draft. So let's jump in, see who falls with. So AJ goes 1. Number 2 is Harrington. Number 3 is Koa. Number 4 is Kevin Boozer. I was about to say, if he falls to us, that'd be fantastic. But fortunately, did not fall to us. If we just stayed into that top 3, man, that'd been awesome. But unfortunately, just did not happen. All right, so who do we want in this 2026 draft class? I think we take, who do we want? So we got definitely some options here. So we have Isaiah, Drake, or we have Bryson. I think someone told me his name is something different, of course. If you guys know why the draft class creators have to misspell names, then because 2K is a weird thing where like they think every name is profanity. I don't know why. But I think I'm gonna go Isaiah here. Shooting guard spot I feel good about. Let's go Isaiah here out of KU. So we'll take him, and hopefully that was a good pick. So we walk away with a 76 overall. So I guess Bryson would have been a little bit of a better pick, but still, regardless, we're happy with it. So we get a 76 overall. Kobe Brown will accept, and then qualifying offers. Kobe Johnson's a free agent, so if he wants to come back, that's fine. And do we have money to sign a free agent? We do have money to sign a free agent, which is nice because I kind of like the idea of that. So Rui is a free agent, but I think I'm actually okay with letting him go, because what I think I can do is I think I can move Kobe Brown to small forward, and I thought he'd go up, but he doesn't even move. Man, that sucks. Okay, so as much as this team made the conference finals last year, I do still, because I think Fall will be a good backup center next year, which is nice. Isaac Vanderbilt, I love that power forward rotation. And then small forward Isaiah, which is great, but I don't know if I want him to start immediately. So that's why I was kind of looking at getting a small forward. So we have Corey Kispert, we have Derek Jones, but there's no really great options for as far as we could afford as so we can plug and play that small forward spot, which kind of sucks because I was kind of looking for that, but doesn't really exist right now. So let's see. let's see if we get luck in free agency again. Maybe we are just not looking hard enough. So, Kessler, Keegan Murray is here. Jabari Smith Jr., who is a player that, so we don't have like $18 million to offer, unfortunately. Tar Eason could be interesting there. Jeremy Sohan kind of sucks in the 2K sim. Kumenga, on the other hand, could be great, actually. If we play him at the small forward spot next to Cade, I could see it, man, but I just don't think we have enough money. So, yeah, I don't know. He's probably not going to accept that. So, maybe we have to just go to day 12 of free agency and, we'll gamble with Rui Hachimura being out there. If we lose Rui for nothing, it wouldn't, like, totally hurt my feelings. It would suck, but I'm going to gamble a little bit. So, Patrick Williams also is a guy that would probably fit extremely well. 3-and-D, small forward. If we move to small forward, he'd go up. Dyson Daniels is someone who might go up as well if he moves to small forward. So, maybe we could bank on him. And he develops like crazy in 2K, as we all know. So, maybe that's who we go for. I don't know. I mean, I just want a good player here. And I think Dyson Daniels kind of fits the mold of a guy that would probably go up. Although, he is restricted. So, if we give him a low ball offer, the Pelicans would probably match it. So, let's go to one of the last days of free agency. That way, guys are cheaper. And maybe we can get someone. Maybe someone becomes unrestricted at that point. So, so we do lose Rui. He goes somewhere else, which I'm totally fine with. So, Jalen Johnson is unrestricted in this year. Someone I don't get that often. Rozier, John Collins, CJ McCollum, Isaac Horo, Corey Kispert, and then Dyson Daniels is still restricted, but his offer is going down. The days go by. So we are going to continue to flirt and gamble with this. So let's see what happens here. So, all right. So let's take a look at who's available still. So Jabari Smith Jr. is here still, but again, if we lowball him, he's probably going to get matched. Cameron Thomas, Ivy, Dyson Daniels may be gone. Maybe is he? No, he's still here. He's restricted now. I'll throw him an offer. I imagine the Pelicans are going to match this. I'll give him this. Let's see what they say. So he might take it to the last day. So he signs that. If we get him, I'm happy with it. But they're going to match. Kind of figured. Okay, so at least that gives us the last day of free agency to figure things out. All right, so who do we want to give an offer to that's unrestricted that we can get? So Sharp is going to be too much money. Sexton, Ivy. Ivy and Cade reunited then would be funny. Rozier, Jalen Johnson, Coro. Patrick Williams kind of strikes me as a really good fit here. It doesn't give us that star we're looking for, but it does give us another contract to potentially trade if we need to. So I'm going to go ahead and get Patrick Williams here, I guess, on the last day. Pretty good signing still. So Cade is up, Quentin Grimes is up, Patrick Williams is up, but he's about to be up even more because we are going to play him at small forward, so he's up to an 83. All right, so we're going to run it back for another season. Obviously, didn't get like that second star, but maybe at the deadline that option comes up, so we will probably more than likely stop the deadline to look. Unless this team is really good, then maybe we won't even worry about trading for a star and just keep running it with what we got going on. But Power is going to land 15th overall. Proficiency is 4-star. So here is rotations: Grimes, Cade Cunningham, Patrick Williams, Isaac, Zubac, Vanderbilt, Highland, Isaiah Joe, and then Fall. So all that's looking good. Isaiah isn't even going to play this year, so yeah, it really sucks, but we're going to move him to the G League. And Kobe Brown, I wanted him to be something, but he didn't even move up in overall. So let's celebrate this season. Good chance to stop at the deadline here to add that co-star, but let's just see how the season goes. So as promised, we are stopping the trade deadline as we are 34-16 on the season. Things are going extremely well, but I still would love to add another star here to this team. We are the Clippers. We're LA. We want star power. So there's a couple options I'm looking at. And in particular, though, I'm looking at a certain team that I don't often trade with, and that is the Orlando Magic, who are selling the self Paulo Banchero and Franz Wagner. Of course, you guys know who I would rather have. I'm going to try to see if I could pry Paulo Banchero away from the Magic. I don't know if I'll be able to. He did get paid already, but him and Cade as a duo in LA moves mountains for me. I don't know if it's going to work out, but I'm going to see if I can make it happen. So Patrick Williams, and then let's say we offer Vanderbilt, and then that Knicks pick. I thought it'd have more value, but it does. Wow, none of our picks have value. The odds of this getting done is very slim, but we're going to try anyway. So they have a couple of minimum guys I could offer, but the Clippers would require too much. Or, we're not offering enough. Okay, so let's say we offered... this would get rid of our power forward rotation. Actually, this would be a lot of depth to give up. But Isaiah, forgot about Isaiah. He's gonna have some trade value. So let's throw Isaiah in here. Let's remove some of these first that are crappy. So Isaiah, Patrick Williams. We still have to match some salary here. So it'll be Isaac or Vanderbilt, and I think it's gonna have to be. It's gonna have to be Vanderbilt probably. So let's go Vanderbilt. All right. So This trade is illegal for them right now. And then we'll offer this Clippers pick that doesn't have much value, but we'll offer anyway. And then can you throw any of these guys in here? No. What about Carter Knox? Okay. So Williams in all these picks, Vanderbilt for Paulo Banchero. What do you say? They disagree. Damn. I was hoping for a miracle there. Does this Clippers pick in 2030 change anything? Of course it does not. So we cannot get Paulo Banchero, but we might be able to get Franz Wagner from them. So we can't get Paulo, but Franz would be cool as well. Someone I don't get that often either. So let's see what he's doing. So he's averaging 18 points per game this season. Do I want him though is the question. The other option that we kind of talked about earlier is Zion in New Orleans. He is having a good season as well. This trade's illegal for them. So let's see if we can maybe convince them. So give me Kennedy Chandler, I guess. So all of this for Zion Williamson, bring him to the Clippers to pair. Let's see what they say. They disagree. So we cannot shoot for the big addition right now. Currently, it's looking like. So maybe we can't make it happen. And then the other option is in Memphis. I've gotten them plenty of times before, but Jaren Jackson is available. He's playing the center position right now. I think I might just wait it out. I was going to try to make one of those star trades for Paulo or obviously Paulo or, Zion. Just isn't going to work out. So we'll just keep this how it's going, and we'll hope we can just win a championship without them. So the season comes to an end, and here are all your awards, if I could speak. But Luka, we get Cade. So Cade does make it this year. Did he make it last year? I just didn't see his name because he had a really good season last year as well. But no, he did not. So the first time being an All-NBA player for him. All right, so we are the second seed in the West, so things worked out this year, which is nice. But we'll take a look at how it goes. So we got to the conference finals last year. We do have a really good roster around Cade Cunningham. But again, I wanted a second co-star for him, but we just couldn't really do it, man. So let's see what we get in round one. It is the Houston Rockets, who end up, always being pretty solid. So we'll see how it goes against them, as we are going to go to 6 with them. Yeah, we beat them in 6. W. Okay. So now we get Dallas, who beat us last year in the conference finals. So let's see if we can get some sweet revenge. So Luka did stay. He was a free agent, of course, but he did stay. We get Dallas again. They beat us last year. Obviously, I'm hoping to return the favor this time around. They want to start Bones Highland, which I don't love. But hey, we're up 3-0, and we sweep them. Okay, well, I guess that's a good way to get revenge. But as we know, now we get the Oklahoma City Thunder. So Isaiah Joe will be back as a starter. The OKC Thunder are never an easy team to face. So I'm definitely a little nervous about this one. But here we go. Game 1. 1-0 goes to them. They beat us by 32. We even it up, though, win by 1. So we still won in OKC, which is nice. Can we, make sure to take care of home court? No, they still won on ours. And we're down 3-1. Which is to be expected. So two conference finals in a row, but it may ultimately end in disappointment as we are down 3-1 to the Thunder. So let's see if we can come out here and make a 3-1 comeback. I mean, it is against the OKC Thunder. So that's going to be tough to do. But hey, we won game 5. So if we win game 6, you never know. So game 6 in LA to see if we can force a game 7 back to OKC. And it is going to be a close one once again. We do have the lead right now. As long as we don't blow it, it might be going to a game 7. But they're slowly creeping back into this one. Looks like we might run away with it, though. Maybe. I don't know. Do they still at the very end? No. We are going to force a game 7. So we were down 3-1. And I've forced a game 7. All right, here goes nothing. Game 7 in OKC. Do we get it done and make it to the finals? That'd be crazy to get back from 3-1 against the Thunder. I don't know, man. That'd be a miracle. We've gotten close, but I don't... Ooh, wait a minute. We take the lead at the end. Now, can we keep it is the question. Bro, you know how crazy it would be if we came back from 3-1 on the Thunder after not being able to make that trade at the deadline? We have a 4.5. Bro, I think we did it. Unless we blow it. We freaking did that, bro. No way. Okay. And now we get the Brooklyn Nets in the NBA Finals. We came back from 3-1, and the Brooklyn Nets have Keegan, McHale, Claxton, Capella. I like my chances against this Nets team. We might get a championship here. I don't know. Game 1, 1-0. Game 2, 2-0. 2-1. 3-1. Game 5. All right, so we got to win. We got a Simcast Game 5. It's against the Brooklyn Nets here. Game 5 in LA, we got to win this one. If we will lose this one, it wouldn't feel good. We were up 2-0 at one point, and we're going to lose Game 5, man. It looked like we were about to win it all right there. It really looked like it. We got to win Game 6. Okay. Game 6. This is our best chance here, man, and we're not going to get it done. Brooklyn Nets. This team with Brooklyn, I mean, that Thunder team is much better, as we all know. I don't even think I looked at what the Thunder had, but as long as we hold on to this lead, we're forcing game 7, so it's not over just yet. It looked like we were about to lose game 6 here, but we are going to force a game 7, so it's not over yet. All right, so that Thunder team, let's see what the Thunder had. They had Shea, Josh Giddey, Lou Dort, J-Dub, Nikola Topic, Shaedon Sharpe is there as well, by the way. How on earth did we beat this team? But we're struggling against the Nets right now. We got to win this one. In LA, we got to win this to end the video, bro. We got to do it. Come on. All right, here we go. Game 7, just blow them out. Do not lose this Nets team of all teams, please. We did not just come this far just to lose to Brooklyn. Out of all the teams we could have lost to, we lose to the Brooklyn freaking Nets, bro. Like, this is the team we're losing to. We just came back from 3-1 against the Thunder. They have Shaedon Sharpe come off their bench with Nikola Topic. They have Shea, but we lose to this team. Ah, man. 2K simulation, bro. What can I say? All right. Pelicans number 1. I'm going to try to make that trade happen once again. We are going to go make that co-star trade, and we're going to run it back for one more season. We were so close, but it just didn't work out. So we're going to go see if I can go get Paolo Banchero. I want him. So as I mentioned, we're trying to trade for Paolo Banchero. I'm offering Isaac, Isaiah, 2 first-round picks, and Zubac is also going to be thrown in this trade. And then I would be willing to offer Patch Williams. This would gut our depth a little bit, but I would have it figured out. I'll get it figured out. So maybe do Quentin Grimes instead. Oh, Quentin Grimes would be too much money for them, but he has 3-star trade value nonetheless. So maybe they have to give us Brogdon, who probably wouldn't have much trade value at this point. All right, so Isaac, Isaiah, 2 first-round picks, Zubac, Quentin Grimes for Paolo Banchero. Orlando, let's have a deal. And I agree. Let's go. We got Paolo Banchero. Okay, so you have Paolo Banchero and Cade Cunningham as a duo now. We got to fill out the rest of the roster, but we are up, ladies and gentlemen. We are up. Brogdon, I definitely think we're going to make this a 3-team trade and send him off somewhere else. I don't need him because we have, of course, Bones Hyland. So, Nikola Jovic in a first-round pick, Trey Mann, John Collins. So that would give us a legitimate backup 5-man, which I kind of like the idea of. Jalen Smith, Washington. So there are some good offers here, which we'll probably do one in just a second. So 3-team trade. Tyus Jones. Again, I don't need a backup point guard. Aldama. So they give us 14. Lou Dort, Kevin Huerter. I don't mind Kevin Huerter as a backup shooting guard for the Timberwolves. And the Timberwolves may need a point guard. This is probably the most realistic trade I've seen so far. So let's do this. So Kevin Huerter, welcome to LA. Probably needed him anyway because we've lost Quentin Grimes. Man, what a trade we just made. I love it. All right, so now we're feeling good, feeling up about what we just accomplished, and now we can go straight to pick number 24. And I think I auto-generated this class, so this isn't going to matter too much, but we have Paulo, so all we need to do now is fill out the rest of the roster. So Vanderbilt declines, Fall is going to be back. Qualifying offers, Kobe Brown, AJ Lawson. Guys, I probably want to bring back Kobe Brown. So I need a center more than anything. And again, obviously the options aren't great, but there is going to be something we can figure out. So Bones Hyland, Cade, Kevin Huerter, Patch Williams, and then Paulo, and then Fall. So I would pretty much want, or starting shooting guard wouldn't be bad either. So Hardy, Branham. I mean, what are our bird rights? So Vanderbilt, I'm going to bring back Vanderbilt and Kobe Brown probably. So that's going to solve our forward spots. So we just need a shooting guard and a center. So we can get Beal, but I don't really want Beal. Hardy, Jordan Hawkins. Jordan Hawkins would be amazing. Give me Jordan Hawkins. I imagine the Pelicans match this, but I'm going to try to see if I can get Jordan Hawkins off of them. And then center, Isaiah Hartenstein would be great. I didn't realize he'd be this cheap. So we're going to go ahead and get him. Now, I do have to renounce Vanderbilt and Kobe Brown, which I just didn't even think about. So I guess we will. We'll do it. So we'll get Hawkins and Hartenstein, which is going to be fantastic for us. And it might still give us the ability to sign them. So I can still get Vanderbilt back, which is nice. We're going to re-sign him. So we'll get Vanderbilt back, I think, anyway. All right, so we got that going. And then we could sign a good small forward still. So Cade, Bones Hyland, Jordan Hawkins, Huerter, Patch Williams, Gooden, and then Vanderbilt, Paulo. Actually, we don't need to sign anybody else. We are good. We're going to go straight to player progression. We're going to run it back for this final season. Cade and Paulo as our rotation, or as our duo, I should say. And we also have Fall up to a 78. So our center position is going to be Hartenstein starting, which actually he used to play in LA once upon a time. So feeling good about this. Made it to the finals last year. Unfortunately lost on the Nets. But now that we've added Paulo to this equation, I think this team is about to go win it all. So here for our final season, as we once again get the second seed in the Western Conference. Here was your duo, 28 and 29. Basically what I want to see. Hawkins averages 17 as their starting shooting guard. Bones Hyland with 17. And Patch Williams with 11. So We have the Utah Jazz in round 1. So you got De'Aaron Fox, George, Markkanen, Hendricks, Miles Turner, Dimling. This is a very good Utah team. It would not surprise me in the least bit if we got bounced here. Hopefully we don't, of course, but it would not surprise me. So, my current round against Utah Jazz, and we are going to beat them in 5. So we beat them, and now we get the Dallas Mavericks. So we smoked last year, but still a good team nonetheless in Dallas. So you never know, as we were down 3-1. Yep, I think last year was our best chance, and we didn't get it done last year. But hey, let's see if we can simcast to get back in this series as we're down 3-1. And it is looking okay. It looks like we might win. Oh, never mind. They take it back, and we lose. Okay. Oh, man. Brooklyn, bro. Brooklyn, I'm telling you, we should have beaten that Brooklyn team. We should have beaten them. They look better now, and they won another championship. They beat the Thunder. I guess it just wasn't meant to be today, guys. All right. I'm going to end on that note. I hope you guys enjoyed the video regardless. We get bounced in round 2. We made it to the finals last year, 1 game away. Ultimately come up short. Hope you guys enjoyed. I will see y'all in the next one. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.